Hey lovely, it's Katie, and today we're going to talk about adult braces. It's not just teenagers that get braces anymore. I know so many adults that are opting to have their teeth straightened these days, which I think is so amazing. It was something for me that I thought about for a really long time before I finally pulled the trigger, and I am so happy that I did. So I want to talk to you about three of the biggest questions or concerns that I had before going into getting my braces. And that is number one, what is it like having braces as an adult? Number two, the cost of braces. That's a huge factor for many of us. And three, just general maintenance and caring for your braces throughout the process. So let's get started. So first of all, what is it like having braces as a grown-up? This was a huge reason that I put off getting braces for so long. I was, I guess you could say, concerned about what other people would think, which is silly, I know. For me, I work in a corporate environment a decent amount of the time. So one of my big concerns was, how are my colleagues going to react? Are people going to not take me as seriously as a professional if I have braces on? And saying that now, I feel like that was kind of a silly concern, but it was really a serious one at the time. I'll tell you what I found out. Nobody really cared. To be honest, most people didn't say anything. If they did say something, they would say, "Oh, you got braces, good for you." So I love that, like encouraging somebody else when you see them doing something to better themselves. So those were the two biggest reactions that I got, is a little bit of encouragement, or people just didn't say anything, which is totally fine. That was nice too. And sometimes you actually can connect with people a little bit better because it's a great conversation starter. I learned that so many people in my life actually had braces, as teenagers, some yes, but a lot of them as adults as well, that I had no idea. So it's a really fun way to connect and learn a little bit more about the people around you. The moral of the story is, if you want to get braces, get them. Don't worry about what other people will think, because in my experience, I had no negative reactions from anyone. So I hope it's the same for you as well. So then it comes down to the cost of braces. The cost of braces is one of the hardest questions to get answered before you actually go in and have a consultation. And there's just so many variables that I really couldn't give you an accurate answer for what they will cost you, because it can really change depending on the country you live in, the situation with your teeth, the kind of braces you choose, etc., etc. What I can tell you though is my situation. For me, I live in Ontario, Canada. So the prices here are, I think, higher than some countries, but they're not outrageous, I don't think. My situation was, I had some fairly mild crowding and just some teeth that were like slightly turned. So I didn't have anything really advanced that my orthodontist had to do. Another thing is, I chose to go obviously with metal braces. So these are speed braces, and those were a fairly affordable option as well. My total cost for my treatment was $5,900. Now, this can be broken up into payments if you like, or you can pay it in one lump sum. It's totally up to you, but your orthodontist wants you to get braces. They want your business, so they try to make it as accessible to you as possible. So my suggestion is, go in, book a consultation. Even if you're not quite there yet financially, at least get the ball rolling and see what it's going to cost you, because it could surprise you, right? It could be around the same cost as mine. It could be way more. It could be less. I have no idea. So that's something that you'll have to find out with your orthodontist. Another tip too is, when you're starting to do consultations, I would suggest doing at least 2 consultations with separate orthodontists. Straightening teeth is a science. Yes, but it's also an art. So you want to make sure that you find somebody that you're very comfortable with. I had several consultations and one stood out far above the rest, and she was actually a little bit more expensive than the other orthodontists that I consulted with, but I just had so much trust in her. She did such a thorough consultation and just made me feel so comfortable that I didn't mind paying that little bit extra because I knew I was in good hands. Now, I find there are a few recommendations that kept coming up from orthodontists, specific brands. The first of those is Invisalign. And Invisalign is actually what I went into my consultations expecting that I would be getting. And as I learned a little bit more, I found that just for my particular scenario, obviously a metal brace is the direction that I went. So you have Invisalign, those are amazing. They're clear aligner trays that you can pop in and pop out. They're very discreet, nobody knows you're wearing them. So if you would rather people not know that you're getting your teeth straightened, then that is an amazing option for you. The second option that I had recommended to me quite often was the Damon Clear. So Damon Clear braces is a specific brand of clear braces, and they're fantastic as well. My neighbor actually has them, and honestly, they're bracket braces, but they're basically undetectable. If we're just having a conversation, you know, I'm in my yard, he's in his yard, I really don't notice them. And finally, speed braces. So this is the option that I went with. So speed braces are a brand of metal braces. And I just want to show you the difference between a traditional metal brace and speed braces, because they are a little bit different from each other. So the this picture right here is the traditional metal braces, whereas this one up here is the speed braces. So you can see they're quite a bit smaller. They're actually about 3 times smaller than a regular metal bracket. So they're a little bit more discreet. They don't need elastics tied around them, which is great. This is the option I went with. For me, it gave the fastest treatment time. Now this could be, again, different for you, but it was considerably less time for me to get the speed braces than it was the clear brackets or the Invisalign. So that's the option that I chose because my main priority was getting them on and back off as soon as I could. Now that they're on though, I'm excited to get them off, but I'm not in a huge rush. They're not so bad. How to care for braces. There are quite a few things that you may not be able to eat. Your orthodontist will tell you all about that. I mean, it's pretty practical stuff. Like you can't bite into an apple. It could break one of your brackets. You can't eat super chewy candies because that can get stuck to them. There's nothing that I can't eat that I'm really missing though. So not a big deal for me. When it comes to caring for your braces, you are going to need to budget some extra time. It does take more time to not necessarily brush them, but all of the extra stuff on top of that. I really like to use an electric toothbrush. That's totally my own preference. You can definitely use a regular one. I just find the electrics a little bit easier to get all around all of the brackets and make sure that they're clean. That being said, when you are cleaning your braces, you can't just use a toothbrush. Not only are you going to be brushing your teeth really thoroughly, 2 minutes in the morning, 2 minutes at night like you normally would, but you're also going to need to brush your teeth throughout the day. So I just keep a little travel toothbrush with me whenever I go somewhere so that after I eat, I can give my teeth a quick brush so that there's nothing stuck in my braces. And also, you don't want to eat and not brush your teeth as a habit. It's not a good habit to have when you have braces because it can cause scarring, which is just due to poor oral hygiene with braces, and it'll leave marks around where the brackets are. Not a good look. I don't want that. So I brush my teeth after I eat. Other than your toothbrush, there are going to be 3 items that I find are totally essential when you have braces. And the first one of those items is a spoolie brush. So you can get these little guys anywhere, Shoppers Drug Mart, Walmart, I'm sure, wherever. And they're fantastic. They just get all the little stuff around because your toothbrush can clean, but it doesn't get everything around your brackets. So you've got to do something in addition to it. Flossing, using a spoolie brush. I love having these. There's always one in my purse or in my pocket if I'm not taking a purse with me somewhere for whatever reason. The second thing is gum picks. So that's these little guys. These are amazing if you have something stuck in your braces or you just are wanting to kind of floss sort of without having to weave floss through each tooth because that can be a bit of a pain. So I'm a huge fan of these as well. These go with me just about everywhere. And finally, my favorite thing, and something I could not have braces without, is my water pick. So this is a water flosser. Water pick is the brand. I really love it. I have it right here. I'll show it to you. Here it is. This is my absolute lifesaver. It gets everything off your teeth. It can clean around your brackets like nobody's business, and it's just amazing. It'll save you so much time. So this is much faster than taking my little spoolie brush and scrubbing around each bracket, and it does a pretty good job. There's actually even an attachment, and you can actually scrub your brackets really, really well. So keeps everything super clean, super fresh. I love it. I have this one on my bathroom counter, and I even have a little mini travel one for when I'm away for work. So I hope this was helpful, and if you are considering getting braces, I say do it, do it, do it. It's one of the best decisions I've ever made, and I know there's a lot of reasons to put it off, but if it's something that you've been considering for a while, it can make a huge difference in your self-confidence. I know it has for me, and when I feel confident, I interact with people in a totally different way, and I think having those different interactions can really influence how other people see you as well. So it can be an amazing investment in your future. So good luck on your braces journey. If there's anything else specific you'd like to learn about what to expect when you actually go in and get your braces put on, I have a free brace day cheat sheet. The link is in the description box below. It has tips on how to prepare for brace day, what to expect when you go in, and what to have set up for after the fact. If you are considering getting braces, leave a comment down below, throw me a like if you found this helpful, and I will see you next time.